Welcome to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to read about...
Justice Merchan and whether Trump is going to get any kind of jail time in
prison time.
Yeah.
We've moved past jail. We've moved on to prison here.
Yeah, so on July 11th, the Justice Merchan is going to hear from both the prosecutor and defense and pass the sentence on, the 34 felony convictions. And so there were some questions in the comments. Will Trump go to jail because of this?
He's not going to jail. He's going to prison.
Going to prison. Sorry. What's the difference?
County jail versus...
Got it. Okay.
Versus state penitentiary.
Okay, got it. So I guess
Santa Rita versus San Quentin.
Yeah, okay. I just use them interchangeably.
Yeah,
so will he be
a lot of people do, and it's like, no, don't use them interchangeably. Use the right ones.
So will he be going to prison?
Yeah, and jail is where you send somebody who was speeding and running away from cops, or got caught shoplifting. Prison is the guy who are the bank robbers. Try to stab somebody and kill them. It's a different level. Now that being said, you've got minimum security prisons to maximum security prisons, and this is a white collar crime where there wasn't any violence on anybody yet. Yeah. At least not at the time it was committed.
First time offender.
If you did get prison time, it would be at a minimum security type thing. It wouldn't be not pleasant, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. So there was some in one of the articles I was reading. They said it's really unlikely that he would actually serve any prison time as a result of this, because he's a first-time offender, and if we would have had some other justice other than Eileen Cannon on the documents case, he probably wouldn't be a first-time offender in this case, right? Yeah. So,
but the other thing to throw into that is when they consider prison sentences for somebody on something like this, they're not only looking at are they a first-time offender or not, it's also the lowest class felony, the least severe felony in the New York system, but they also look for remorse, accountability, and taking responsibility. They look at your actions during the trial,
your actions after the trial,
your actions after the trial. So while Trump, it'll be his first. He's a former president and a first-time offender. Normally, that is not going to get you prison time.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't know what normal is for ex-presidents being
convicted of crimes. Yes, it's the first time this has happened, right?
Yeah. But on the FU, you're going to prison, you son of a column, is the following. After the case, you're supposed to report to the probation department, and they do an interview where they ask you a bunch of probing questions that is then given to the judge for the judge to decide if you get probation, if you get prison, stuff like that. Trump just left. The normal procedure is you do this. So he just flipped off the court and said, I'm not following procedure. Not only that, during the whole court case, he wouldn't stand up when the jury walked in. He didn't stand up when the jury left. He was basically closing his eyes, ignoring everything, falling asleep, showing complete disdain for the judicial process. That wasn't lost on the judge. He had the red tie brigade. He violated his gag order 10 times. And then when he was told that he might go to prison if he violated again, he had the red tie brigade come down there and violate it for him.
Indeed.
And they even pretty much said as much.
Yep.
That we're doing this because Trump can't.
Yeah.
And they were attacking the judge's daughter again. They basically violating the gag order all over again. So not only is there no remorse, there's always the doubling down. And how do I get around this rule? I don't want to follow the spirit of it. I just want to follow the letter of it. And I didn't say it, so you can't hold me accountable.
And also with the probation, he wants to have his counsel. He wants his lawyer to attend it with him. That's probably to guide him to the answers that will keep him out of jail, I suspect, because he just doesn't have the bandwidth to keep himself out of jail.
He'd probably perjure himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Get himself, say some more things here.
So what I've been reading is it would be very surprising if he wouldn't get any real sentencing one of the things they suggested was, he probably wouldn't even get garbage pickup in the park.
He has to go pick up poop in the park. I'm telling you, that's what I want.
Well, that may be what you want.
You know how many dog owners would get their dogs out the night before and just let them go to town? Oh, he's going to be in this part of Central Park?
Yeah. What they're saying is it's more likely he'll get some sort of community service like licking envelopes, which, okay, whatever. He could get weekends in jail for, like 15 weekends.
I'm okay with that too.
But they're also saying that he could have the probation transferred to a different region. So like he can move it down to Florida. Mm. So, maybe he'll clean up the grounds at Mar-a-Lago or something. Who knows? Pick up cigarette butts off his golf course or something.
Yeah, it's... I don't think the weekends thing will happen simply because the coordination it would take with the Secret Service and stuff like that. So if you were going to put him in prison, you would want to put him in prison for a finite period of time so that you could, if you had to clear out a wing or something like that, you've cleared out a wing, you've got Secret Service there along with prison guards, and it's going to go for 30 days or however long it is, and then done. Because if you're bringing him in, bringing him out, you're doing this big prisoner shuffle. And that would not, logistically, that would not be feasible. There's also house arrest too, I suppose. But it should be like, one of Jared's raunchy old apartments or something like that.
All right, so let's see. Let's ask Spirit. Will he be getting prison time?
Yeah. Let's look at the idea around Judge Mershon in sentencing here. Entertainment purposes only. Foundation of the reading is the Five of Coins. This is, being felt abandoned, left out of the cold. These two people are worried about their blight or their plight, their situation, but there's help inside if they wanted to go in there. This is like the big institution ignoring folks here. And that's going to be crossed with, that's the Four of Wands. The wedding card, the welcoming somebody in, kicking somebody out. I often use that as my prison card because there are bars there. Welcome to prison. So this would be like, a fine and probation being told. No, this is like a suspended sentence or probation because you're like, you've been bad, but we're not throwing you in prison yet. We're giving you more chances to not F up.
Yeah.
And then underneath it is the Eight of Coins, fines and community service.
Yeah, having to
work
hard.
Of thing. So
something that doesn't involve playing golf as your job.
Right. So I think underneath it, central underneath it, we're going to see fines and probably community service. I think he's going to be told, do not break the law again. Like this would be a suspended sentence. If you break the law again, we will welcome you to Rikers Island or someplace like that.
I'd agree with that.
In the past, we got the Seven of Swords.
Yeah, there you go. That's self-explanatory.
Somebody trying to steal the election, somebody trying to get away with things, being sneaky. And as they say, it's usually not the crime that's the problem. It's the cover-up.
Yeah.
And it's, having... doing what he did with Stormy Daniels is not a crime. Well, it is a crime if you listen to Stormy Daniels' testimony and you believe her that he forced himself on her. But trying to cover it up prior to the election and to the amount of the cover-up that they did, that's where the crime was.
Yeah, it wasn't the hush money payment. It was the classifying that as a business expense and in order to keep that from being leaked out or being publicly known to that could hurt your election
to the voters, literally a month before they're voting, right after the Access Hollywood tape. It would have been a 1-2 punch that would have put women and likely evangelicals off of him at that point.
Yeah,
they would have voted for him.
It's not locker room talk anymore.
Yeah.
It's beyond, way beyond that.
Yeah. Current situation is the Four Swords, the contemplation and the waiting. It is about 4 weeks before before the here comes the kitten.
Yeah, she's got a ball in her mouth.
it's no right now he's contemplating what is he going to do, how is he going to do it, what's you got your stained glass window here and here. He's in that contemplation phase as to what he's going to do. Is he going to give him prison time? What's the sentencing going to be? Overarching energy is the star card. It's the calm after the storm. We've got the conviction, and now I think part of it is the reason why he's waiting, and this might be why he gave 6 weeks between the convictions and the sentencing. I think he wants to see what happens, how Trump conducts himself over an extended period of time, and that will help him make a wiser, more well-informed decision. Normally in New York, which might be different than other places from what I've seen with Midas Touch and others, is that they usually sentence within a week. And with Trump, they said it might be 2 weeks because he's important. Well, it ended up being 6. But I think the reason for that is like, let's let things calm down. Yep. Let's emotions calm down. And we will see where we go from here on how people conduct themselves.
Nostalgic time.
Exactly. The lesson to be learned is the 6 of Cups. This is your 6 weeks. This is your opportunity. Now, this is naivety or nostalgia. This is your opportunity to show the world that you know how to behave yourself.
Control your emotions.
Yeah. Let's see if we can control our emotions for 6 weeks. Let's see what you do with this time. Do you show any contrition here? Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry I hurt you. Here's some flowers. Mm-hmm. Do you hand her the flowers or do you smack her upside the head and dump the water on her?
Yeah, hit her with a cup.
It's really, he's watching the emotional response. The outcome's going to be the King of Swords. Yeah, basically, what I'm getting from this is these 6 weeks here are going to be the bigger deciding factors on Trump and how the judge is going to rule on it. And I believe it's going to be a fair ruling, but it's also going to say harsh. But it really is going to be based on your behaviors. You had a tantrum. You did this, that, and the other thing. Nobody forced you to do that. Here's your reward or your punishment.
Yeah, the King of Swords is a really, it's a no-nonsense. It's right. Whether you want to hear this or not, this is the message that you're going to be given.
It's the stern, like a stern father.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what you need to know, not what you think you want to hear.
Yeah. It's Mike Brady in the Brady Bunch.
Mike Brady when he's a little triggered.
yeah. After he's had some time to think about what his response is going to be, and he calls Greg into the den for having cigarettes in his block jacket.
Oh my gosh.
Not angry. Just this is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And here's why. No exact words.
No exact words. Those were your exact words.
Exactly, everybody. There's your Brady Bunch pop culture reference.
We're going to go play football in the house with the Chris Knight. With Peter, I guess. Use a character name.
That was Greg. That was the one that got...
No, Peter was the one that broke the...
No, because Greg was driving the car.
No. Yeah, Greg was the one driving the car. That was the exact words. Peter was the one that... No, Bobby was the one... Who's the one that threw the football? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up my episodes. The football to Marsh's nose. That was a different one. The other one was that was Bobby with the basketball where he broke the vase.
Yeah.
And everyone else was going to throw themselves on the swords, and Bobby had to come up with the punishments for him.
Yeah, I'm more the Greg with the exact word. He said to watch the car tonight.
Yeah, Greg was driving the car, and he was looking at the back of a record album, and he almost got into an accident.
So many Brady Bunch episodes.
God, you think we purged that information? And
that's locked.
Stuff that's more important.
Locked down in very important brain cells.
Oh God. But no, we refuse. We're going to hold on to those little memories, those little nuggets of nostalgia there.
All right, so
6 of Cups there.
We're 15 minutes into what else we're going to ask. So Judge Mershon looks like he's going to let Donald Trump hang himself.
Yeah, it's the way you were saying was it's probably going to be it's going to be probation. It probably won't be jail time, but it may be one of those things where, well, you violate your probation. Guess what? Jail's always an option for you.
Let's ask. Is there going to be prison time? Will there be prison time?
Yeah. So regardless of what Judge Merchan says, will Trump take heed or ignore it and end up in jail?
Well, regardless of what the cards say, will he take heed? He'll be judged. Will he go to prison? There'll be judgment there. Let's see what happens. Ace of Wands, strong push. We've got the Six of Wands, victory card, or in the low energy is paying attention to things. Ooh, there's your prison card.
Oh, there's the jail card.
Oh, look at all these actions too. And then you got the Four of Things, prison time, and then the underneath is the Seven of Coins, evaluation. Will he go to prison? I think we'll find. It's not answering yes or no. To me, this is like a yes card here. In the judgment card is a yes to me on the major arcana. The contemplation underneath is what's the value in it? How would you go about it? Is a fine. Basically, I think what it is, would fining him be enough? And Judge Merchan has already said, if you think about this, with the with the gag order, the gag order thing, he said, "I don't want to send you to prison. You are a former president, and you may be the president again." So basically, it's like, I don't want to do this. The implication is, if you can't stop, I will. But he also said, fining you is not enough.
Not at $1,000.
Yeah.
He mentioned that fine should be a lot larger to get your attention. And that could be what we're talking here, is that the judgment isn't that he's going to jail. It's that he's going to get the message so that you get the message.
I really think, to me, what I see with this here is that the judgment's going to be made. I think all sides are going to be happy with it, because I think Trump is going to have to pay a fine, which he can afford, and he's not going to go to prison, which is what he's trying to avoid. But I think there are conditions here that could lead to jail if Trump can't keep his butt in his nose clean.
Yeah, what'd you say? It's the negative energy? The low energy?
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
The pay attention to me card. So I think this is going to be one of those things where there is a prison sentence assigned to it. It would be like...
Suspended?
It'll be a suspended sentence. I don't think he will send him behind bars, but there will be the threat that if you cannot keep your nose clean and stuff like that, you will get prison time. I don't want to do it, but I will do it. Yeah. I really do think it's going to be a fine and a suspended sentence.
You can think about all your millions while you're behind bars.
Yeah. How much will the fine be? So you paid. I wonder if the IRS, because if you paid Cohen.
Well, they said what I was reading was he could charge up to $5,000 per felony conviction. So that would be
$170,000.
I mean, that's not
still Trump change.
Yeah, that's not really significant. But you've also got the mitigating circumstances where you violated the gag order 10 times. Yeah. You had all your little MAGA congressmen come out and violate it for you when you were threatened with jail time. I can kind of see a fine in the couple $100,000 range.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get a minimum fine. I think it'll be closer to the max. So let's see, what will the fine look like here? The devil card. We got a 15 here. I think there will be a fine. It's going to be a big fine for whatever the law allows you to do. Mm-hmm. But it's also because Trump's actions warrant it, and the actions of his minions warrant it. He did not bring up more defamation things against Trump or violating the gag order. It could be that he could bring another more charges of violating the gag order, like another 15 charges of gag order violations on that. Wouldn't that be funny if Trump gets a suspended sentence for the crime, but then he was in prison for 30 days for violating the gag order.
Yes.
I was going to see, you didn't get anything for the crime, but because you kept violating the gag order, now you're going to prison.
Yeah, he did threaten him with that.
Yeah. And he doesn't actually really need to go to prison for that. He could maybe, again, you could put him in the courthouse holding area or someplace where they could isolate him outside of the prison environment. And it could be on weekends. Again, 15 weekends for the 15 violations of the gag order.
Yeah. What else you got?
Okay, let's see. We're talking about money here. We got the Devil card, the Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Lover's card. Hey, Miss E. Jean Carroll's back, and then the Two of Coins underneath it. We're asking if he's going to fine him. His bad behavior is definitely going to warrant a fine, because it's just his behavior doesn't alter his behavior. His bad behavior doesn't alter his behavior. Basically, threats of fining him doesn't alter the behavior.
Yeah.
He just doubles down in his worst, and then he gets people to do it for him, and that's going to be the part that pisses the judge off.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things like, you're bringing other people into this, and basically the judge is restricted by the law and what he can do, sort of for maximum. But at the same time, it's just like, how am I going to get this lesson across to you? How am I going to do this so that maybe in the future you'll think twice about doing this and not do this? Will he fine him? There's an amount. We've got a 6, an 8, a 9, a 15, and a 2. To him, I think the money is less than the incarceration time. But this was asking about him fining him money. You said he could do $5,000.
Yes, they were saying $5,000
for 34 charges.
Yeah, it's 170.
What would be a round number that would?
Well, like I said, you've also got the violation of the gag order, which is with $10,000 he's already been fined.
Yeah,
there could be potential additional violations of the gag order. He's limited because that's what the law allows. He's charging the max he can allow. So if the max is $5,000 per conviction,
right,
he'll probably go with the max. I mean, $170,000 is still a wake up call.
Yeah, it's
first time conviction. I wonder if the IRS is going to get involved, because he sure as hell he was filing tax returns, and he was claiming expenses that were clearly not business expenses. So not that he pays taxes, he loses so much money he never actually pays any tax. But you just kind of wonder if there'll be future ramifications.
I could see it going about 100. I want to say 150,000. The 15. What do we got? We've got a 6 to 9. 60 to 90,000.
You got a 15.
75,000. I bet you it's about $75,000 $75,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see it being about $75,000 is what he ends up fining him. But it's also based on how he conducts himself from now until July 11th. So, we're sitting here on June the 9th kind of, throwing spaghetti on the wall, if you pardon the pun. Exactly.
And see what sticks.
It could be something. If he behaves himself, it'll be $6,000, so $60,000. If he just keeps on doing what he's doing, it's going to be $90,000. And if he's absolutely horrific, it'll be $150,000. So I would say 60 to 90 right now. But if he does really, really outrageous things, it could be up to $150,000 that he hits him with fines.
Yeah.
But again, the fine isn't the big deterrent. It's going to be the suspended sentence.
Yeah. And in the previous throw, we had kind of the happy couple, the four of wands. You got the
wedding card.
And the victory card, the 6.
Yeah, 6 of Wands.
6 of Wands. If you were in Trump's position and you could walk away from 34 felony counts with a $60,000 fine and no jail time, you're going to call that an absolute win.
Yeah. The worst thing that happened with him was the humiliation of everybody finding out who he is and what he's all about.
Yeah.
That's the bigger thing that can't be undone. The money can be remade. I mean, hell, he raised millions off of the conviction.
They could put a GoFundMe with his MAGA base, and he'll earn the $60,000 in a day. You know, the Donald Trump Jr. videos. If all of our subscribers would just give that billionaire that $5, we'd be well on our way to paying any fine that Justice Rashawn has to give. Right?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit him with the max fines. It would not surprise me at all that he hits him with the max fines.
I think that's appropriate. I think even in max fines, Trump's privately he'll consider that a complete victory.
Right, because he'll fundraise off of that and earn like 10 times the max fines.
But he'll come out and say how, conflicted the judge was and how unfair, blah, 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 witch hunt. And they keep finding all these witches, but we don't talk about that.
Okay. So will Trump actually mess up and do something in such a way that we get the nine of coins?
Yeah, so we are going to only throw 30-minute videos at you from now on.
I'm curious if Trump blows it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect.
Does he get probation and does he blow it?
Yes.
Because that's kind of what I see happening here. Now
that's worth
that nine of coins that flipped up was like, not appreciate that's not appreciating the sweetheart deal that you got on the low energy. On the high energy, it's like it's a wealthy person with lots of nice things. But in the context of will Donald Trump blow it, that would be like he doesn't appreciate what people do for him.
There we go.
the fool gonna walk right off the cliff.
Yeah,
he's given a new start. Probation. Just don't walk off the cliff.
Yep.
What cliff? Don't tell me what to do.
Yes.
Crossed with the victory card. So all eyes are on him to see if he messes up. But right now it's a victory. Probation to him is an absolute victory here.
Yep.
And there's that contemplation card again here.
I've only lost one coin.
Yeah. He's lost some money and he's made a bunch off of fundraising.
Yep.
So why not go to prison? Think of how much more money I could get if I do that. In the past, he got the 4 of Cups. He got convicted on his 34 felonies. He just doesn't like that. He's being told he has to behave himself, or else you're going to go to prison. You be a good boy, or else you're going to prison again.
Yeah.
You're going to go to prison. And now he has to keep his emotions in check. I think. Again, Judge Merchan has, whatever decision he's given him, it was kind of a mature decision based on Trump acting like a mature adult.
Yeah, totally.
And if he wants to be an immature adult, you're going to get the consequences of it. Overarching energy is the High Priestess. Will Trump make good decisions? It was a wise decision. Because it puts the decision on Trump, how he wants to act, will determine if he blows it. You're going to be a fool, or are you just going to take your victory lap, and conduct yourself accordingly?
Is this the outcome card?
No, this is the lesson to be learned.
Lesson to be learned card, okay.
Ace of Pentacles. Right now, all you were given a gift.
Yeah.
Because it's a fine to a purported billionaire.
Yes.
And
it's the beginning of a good fundraising campaign.
Exactly. You made a bunch of money off of it. But if you don't learn your lesson, you're going to repeat things here. So far, it doesn't say whether or not he's going to...
Well, this is the card that we've all been waiting for.
He's going to fumble it here. It's the same card that came up.
Oh, dear.
That's that 9 of coins where I said flipped up. Here we go in the outcome. It totally depends on if Trump appreciates the gift he's been given.
Yep.
He does not strike me as the type of person who appreciates anything, because everything is a deal. Everything is a quid pro quo. He doesn't appreciate gifts. He really doesn't, because he's not emotionally wired that way. Everything's transactional. So, will it modify his behavior? No. Why not? Because he got away with it.
Yeah, it just justifies it, really.
Yeah, it's almost like that little kid. Like, you told me yesterday not to do that, but this is today. You know, the minute that you said, okay, probation and you don't go to jail, that was a period at the end of that sentence, and we're starting a new chapter of the book, which is what that fool card is, and any consequences that were supposed to happen were supposed to happen in that previous chapter. So to me, this reading doesn't say yes or no. This reading says it's up to Trump showing appreciation for what he got.
Yep. I think that's...
And
at this point, that's the only answer you could really expect to get, right?
But it's like, okay, for the betting public out there, does Donald Trump show appreciation for anything? And if him staying out of having his suspended sentence kept as a suspended sentence is him behaving himself and showing appreciation for things, what's the probability that he honors that? To me, that's zero.
Yeah, it's not a high probability.
So, will he get prison time? It's totally up to him. Yeah. It's totally up to him. And given the Donald Trump that we know from previous behaviors, past performance is not a guarantee of future performance, but it's a good indicator.
Yeah, in this case it sure is.
If Donald Trump is true to himself, he's going to end up with some prison time.
All right, I think we've wasted enough of these people's time, don't you?
We're over 30 minutes.
Another 30 minutes of your time gone.
Yeah, time well spent, mind you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. We read all the comments. We respond to a lot of the comments, too.
Yeah. And thank you for doing everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so this video makes it out to a wider audience. Thank you to Linda G for the big shout-out she gave us this week. We recorded this on Saturday, June 9th. I can't remember.
Sunday, June 9th.
Sunday, June 9th, excuse me. And she gave us a shout-out on Saturday upload. Or Friday upload that she had done. So we appreciate the shout out. For folks just discovering this channel, welcome. Hope you found this reading insightful, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Bye.